lures. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Suburban Adventures, our family's outdoor adventure channel from the suburbs. And recently, Temu sent me an email and wondered if I wanted to pick out some fishing gear, in exchange do some YouTube shorts reviewing that gear. And so I decided, yeah, why not? I'll give it a shot. They sent me a whole bunch of stuff. I actually picked it out. And so I wanted to go through and show you some of the stuff I picked out. I've already gotten it out of the packaging. I figure you don't want to watch me sitting there taking stuff out of the package. So the first thing I'm gonna show you is this pair of sunglasses I got. And what I'll try to do is put that up there on Temu so you can see like how much they cost and things like that. These are polarized fishing sunglasses, I guess. They're from, the company is called King 7, I think, or maybe it's King's Even. I don't know how you pronounce it. I'm gonna go with King's Even. So these are polarized. I've worn them a couple of times, and I like them. They're actually pretty nice. They're lightweight. They're really pretty decent. At the time I ordered them, they were $9.99, and I figured, you know, whatever. So they seem to be working out so far. They're lightweight. We'll see how long they last. It's a cloudy day here in the neighborhood. There's some background noise. The neighbors behind us have a bunch of kids on their trampoline, so you'll have to excuse that. So there's the King's Even polarized fishing sunglasses. The next thing I picked is just a tackle storage box. At the time I picked this was $6.49. It might be different now. Prices are always changing. Pretty basic. Got 4 snaps all the way around. Open it up. This is, I believe, like a medium-sized tackle storage box. It's got room for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Smaller and then bigger compartments down here. It's got your typical removable compartments. Most of the ones that I just get from Walmart, and I would say this is on the same level as the quality of the ones that I pick up from Walmart. So grab that because I figured you can never have too many tackle storage boxes. The next item I picked was this. This is what is known as a Sabiki Rig. It's basically for saltwater fishing, and so I'll test this out later this summer when we go down to North Carolina and do some saltwater fishing. It's basically about 6 hooks on a rig, and you can bait them or you don't have to bait them. So I've never actually used a Sabiki Rig, but I've seen people use them before. So I thought I'd grab that and put it to use when we're fishing in the saltwater. The next item I got is this rod holder. At the time I picked this, it was $10.79. And I've already used this. I've used this a couple times, actually, when Tucker and I went trout fishing. And this, I'm actually really impressed with this. It's metal. It's very sturdy. You can loosen this, and where your rod sits spins around 360 degrees. You can tighten it back up. You can obviously stick it down in the ground. I think you all know what a rod holder is. You can adjust the angle for which you want your rod sitting. If you want it sitting more upright, you just adjust this little bolt there. And so after I used this twice already, and I was very impressed with this. It's pretty sturdy. I think this is a good deal for, if you were to buy it for $10.79, I would say this is worth it because this seems pretty decent. The next item I picked is this. It's basically a swim bait. It's pretty good size, and this was $2.99. I am going to take this out of the package and just see how it feels and everything. It's a pretty large swim bait, and it's, as you can see here, it's jointed. so it bends like this, right? It doesn't really have it. There's only one color in this particular one. Looks like it's ANFS fishing. So, but as you pull it through the water, you know, it is supposed to give the appearance like that. Look at the eyes on it. Look at the coloring on it. I think it's supposed to look like maybe like a minnow or like a sucker or a chub or something like that. It feels decent. I'm looking at those joints. I'm not sure how long that's gonna hold up. Let's check the hooks. The hooks feel pretty good. Let's do the scratch test on my finger now. Yeah, they're pretty sharp. It seems okay. I'll be interested to see if I can catch any decent bass on that. So that's a pretty good sized swim bait. The next item I got is this little case, and inside this case is 8. There are 8 what you call spinner baits here, inline spinners, sort of like a Maps or a rooster tail, and they're kind of falling apart here. This one, I picked it, was on there for $9.99, so under $10. Now, I will say that these feel kind of cheap. It is the size of like a Maps 2, and I don't think these are going to hold up long. I mean, I don't want to, but I could bend this little thing easily. It just feels sort of flimsy. I did try it. Well, I did try it when we were trout fishing, and they're pretty lightweight. So if you're using light gear, maybe, but it was hard to even cast it out there. They're so light. So, and they got all sorts of different patterns. Looks like there's about 2. I think there's like 2 each of the various different colors or patterns. And the back of them are just silver. Decent hooks though. The hooks are pretty decent. So at the very least, I may just be able to use the treble hooks. So that's why there's one missing, because I do have it on one of my fishing rods. Got some inline spinners. The little case is kind of cool. I was thinking, you know, maybe at the very least, if these don't work out or as they break or whatever, I can use this case for some of my rooster tails or other inline spinners. Real quick follow-up. I was just about to put this stuff away, and this case with the little spinner baits, I was talking about what a nice case it was. I could maybe even use it for my rooster tails. Well, I was trying to clip it on my backpack on one of these clips. First time I've used it, and the clip broke. So, in all fairness to a fair review, apparently this isn't such a great little case. So if you don't want to clip it on anything, okay, you know, I can still put it in my bag. It's not a huge deal, but first time using the clip and it broke. The next thing I got are these little guys. These, I got 4 of them. They're rubber, and they're about $1.29 each. And technically, it's called a reusable fishing rod holder. So you're just gonna take it, and you're gonna, when you're transporting your rods somewhere, you go ahead, when you disassemble your rod, you're gonna put the one part of your rod in there. Then I got the other part of the rod in there. I'm just gonna slide that in there, and you know, you could use 2 per rod if it's a bigger rod. The little holes in them are different sizes, so you can fit, if your rod is different sizes, widths. And so, yeah, I got 4 of these. These are pretty cool. Like, I think this is pretty handy. For $1.29 for each of them. I have never actually seen these before out in, like, Dick's Sporting Goods or Walmart or anything like that. But you know, if you're transporting your rod in the back of a car or something in your trunk, a lot of times I will just use like zip ties, or like those twisty ties, I guess you call them. So this I thought was pretty cool. So I like this. It's kind of neat. It's rubbery, and I think you could even use it if you store your fishing rods like this too. You store it like that. So yeah, little portable, reusable fishing rod holders. So I think those will come in handy. Okay, the next thing, and I've used this 2 or 3 times already, is this reel. It is by some company called, you can see it on there, Diukio. It was under $20. When I picked this item, it was $18.49. It's a spinning reel. It's a 3000 series. You can put 6-pound, 8-pound, or 10-pound test gear on here. And I am going to do a whole video on this setup itself. The rod is also something I picked. This is a medium action, 6 foot, where you can put 6 to 12-pound test line on there. But I've used this a couple times, and I'm fairly impressed with it. I've used it 2 or 3 times already. I actually did catch a trout on it. The solar eclipse fishing video, I was using this. I think the rod was also like $18, so altogether for, you know, less than $40. We'll see how long it lasts. All right, next thing, and I did a YouTube short on this. I'm going to spin the camera around and show you this. This is a fishing backpack. And as far as the size goes, it's roughly the same size as Tucker's Guggen backpack. And it's really pretty decent. I've used it a bunch already. It's got one big pouch up here, and I have fit 3 tackle trays in there, which is the same as I fit in my other backpack. It's got all sorts of snaps and pockets for your water bottles, pockets for all sorts of stuff. It's got this cool thing where you can hang your, I use my scissors, or if you want to use your pliers for hook removal. Yeah, so I've been pretty impressed so far. It's even got this cool Velcro American flag on there, so everybody can see how patriotic I am. I had to do a little bit of readjusting. The old hand-me-down school backpack I used had a little bit more room, but I haven't had to leave anything behind. It sits nice, the straps can adjust, and I like it. You know, it's really pretty decent. So yeah, I really like it. I'll let you know. You'll probably see me in more videos. There it is. All right, last thing. Thanks for sticking with me. If you're still with me, you can go ahead and, you know, like this video down there. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Hit that bell so you know when I release a new video, you'll be notified. This is a 56-piece lures. There. So they're grouped together in groups of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm not going to get them all out, but there's all different sizes. So the first size is, I guess they're different shapes, is this. This looks to me like it is there's no label on it. So this looks to me like it'd be a jerk bait. Okay. And they got all sorts of different colors. Again, at the very least, feels okay. You know, the hooks are sharp. The hooks are sharp. So like I said, at the very least, you know, I got some treble hooks. And then they have all different patterns. I'm not too sure about some of these patterns. You know, you're supposed to try and match what's around in your area. And some of these patterns, like this one, I haven't seen too many things like that around here. But you know, like this is sort of like a perch pattern. There's these little ones. I took one of these out already. These little guys, I actually tested one of these out while I was fishing the other day, and it doesn't really dive at all. It's almost more of like a top water. So this is a tiny little guy right there. So there's that. There's this one. And I'm not so sure about these colors. This one maybe, I don't know if you can see the color of that one, but this color, I don't know, this has rattles in it. It's got a pretty big bill, so that's probably going to be a little bit dive a little bit deeper. In case you didn't know, usually generally the size of the bill on these crankbaits determines how deep they dive, but there's no information anywhere about what it is. Or we're getting into a little bit bigger one. Well, there's a whole bunch of these. That's a decent size one with a pretty big bill, so that's going to dive a little deeper. Again, the hooks all seem to be about the same. This almost seems like it's a same thing, like a larger sized jerkbait. Same thing with this one. So I think what I'm looking at here is basically the same. Oh, these ones are bigger. Let me take one of these out. And again, I don't know. If I got 56 of them, I probably have about 6 that seems like it would match colors that I would use. This one also has rattles in there, make it rattle as you're pulling it through the water. So it basically, now that I've got them out, it seems to me like what it is basically just the same type of thing, except this one. The colors are in the pattern, the colors and the patterns are all the same. But it's just like this. No, that one doesn't rattle. So just different sizes, different shapes, different size bills on them. So yeah, 56 of them. There's a lot of them there. And yeah, that is it. That is my haul. Some of it seems a little bit better than others. I don't know. I've already tested some of it out, so you'll see me using some of this stuff along the way. And also, you'll also see the 2 YouTube shorts I did with the backpack and then the fishing rod. I'll give you more feedback as I use some of this stuff in my videos and let you know what I think about it. But, you know, I would say I'm on the fence. Some of it seems like it's going to work out really well and last for quite a while, like this rod holder. Some of it, I just don't know how you can go wrong with a tackle storage box. They are what they are, you know. Gonna get the same basic one whether you're at Bass Pro Shop or Walmart. The sunglasses seem like they'll be okay, and the rod, you know, we'll see how that lasts too. So anyway, you can check out some more of my videos. If you like this kind of thing, you can check out some of my other Temu videos I've done just sort of for fun. Thanks for watching. Again, you can subscribe, and we'll see you next time.